Welcome back everyone, welcome to the studio. In this video we're going to talk about how analog synthesizers work. So it's kind of like Synth 101. We're not going to be discussing anything too advanced. This is really just going to go over the basics of how an analog subtractive synthesizer creates a sound. Okay, so everything inside an analog synth is controlled by voltage, and the starting point is our oscillators, which are referred to as VCOs, so voltage controlled oscillators. Now these oscillators create waveforms, and there are lots of different types of waveforms, but the main ones are things like a saw wave and a square wave. These waveforms are really useful as they are on their own. They can be used to produce an infinite number of different sounds. But one of the really cool things about analog synths is the ability to detune these waveforms, which can give us sounds like this. So when we talk about detuning a regular instrument like a guitar or a piano, we're actually talking about taking it out of tune to put it into a different tuning, like for example drop tuning with guitars. When we talk about detuning with analog synths, we're talking about detuning or altering the oscillators to produce this really rich chorus effect. Which is a very important characteristic of the analog synth sound. So the next thing along the signal chain is the filter. Filters come in lots of different types. We've got high pass, low pass, band pass, and there are other types of filters like notch filters and comb filters. The most common one on analog synths is the low pass filter, and the reason it's called this is because it allows the low frequencies to pass, and as we open up the filter it allows more of the high frequencies through. And most analog synths, alongside the filter cutoff knob, they'll have a knob called resonance or peak. And what this does is emphasizes the sound at the point where the cutoff occurs. So that's how we get effects like this in sounds. Next up we've got the envelopes. Now these usually have 4 points that we can manipulate: attack, decay, sustain and release, and that's where we get the acronym ADSR from. So the attack determines how quickly the sound comes in when we press a key. The sustain determines how loud the sound is for as long as the key is pressed. The decay knob determines how long the sound takes to get from the initial attack level to the sustain level. And the release knob determines how long the sound will continue for after the key is released. So for example, for a faster sound, like say something you're going to use for a bass line, you'd want a fast attack, quite a fast decay, and very little release. For a longer sound like a pad, you might want a longer attack time and a longer release time. And because that first envelope affects the amplification of the sound, i.e. how loud it is at different points, That envelope is referred to as the VCA, or the voltage controlled amplification envelope. Now the next envelope is the VCF, or the voltage controlled filter envelope. So you can probably guess what this envelope controls. This is the filter envelope, and this is really important in sound design because this is where we get to really shape the sound. So just as with the VCA envelope, with the VCF, a longer attack time will take longer for the filter to open up as you press a key. And last but by no means least, we've got modulation. So the waveforms and the filters are usually modulated with the use of a low frequency oscillator, or LFO. An LFO affects whatever you're sending it to in a cyclic way using a waveform. Some analog synths will allow you to route the LFO to lots of different things. So we can use it to affect the pitch by sending it straight to the oscillators, and we can also use it to manipulate the filter by sending it straight to the cutoff of the filter. And most analog synths will usually have controls for the amount and the rate of the LFO. So these refer to the amount that the LFO will affect whatever you're sending it to, and the rate of the waveform of the LFO. Okay, so as I said, this was by no means an advanced look at analog synthesis. This was really just the basics of how an analog synth creates a sound. So if you have any questions at all, ask me in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time.